Do you tend to self-sabotage something good when it comes into your life? Are you afraid of healthy relationships? When somebody is nice to you, does it weird you out and give you the ick because you're not used to it? Because you've only ever been used to toxic relationships? This is because we become familiar. We become familiar with stuff that we own, the stuff we've always known, the model of love that we've always known. We become over familiar and overly comfortable with abuse because this is what we've seen our whole lives. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. Toxic relationships become all too familiar. When we're growing up, especially in a toxic household, so no matter what your upbringing was, we've got an abandonment and a rejection wound with our inner child due to either physical abandonment or neglect, or your parent not being able to show affection, or choosing a substance like alcohol over, showing affection or whatever. There's also growing up in a house that was full of anger, where your parents were always fighting. This is the model of love that we have seen our whole lives. Like, personally, I just saw toxicity when it came to love when I was growing up. And what did I do then? I attracted relationships exactly like this. So that became the norm for me. This is what I thought was normal. This is what I thought love looked like. Because my relationships modeled what I witnessed as a child. So therefore, this became comfortable. This became what I thought was real love. And then I started to see people, I'd even see people in the town I grew up in, and there's very few people that married for love. A lot of them settled or got married too young, and you're kind of looking at them going, it's what you knew. It's like they don't really like each other, do they? And then I started to see people couples that actually did love each other. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? They're weird, aren't they? But it wasn't that they were weird. It's just that they were in love. And it was just like something I'd never seen before. And I used to actually call these girls' boyfriends aliens because I'd never seen a nice guy before. And I was like, Jesus, fucking hell, true love is real, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because I'd only ever known toxicity. Only ever known verbal abuse, physical abuse. I didn't know what love looked like because I didn't even think it existed, because I thought love was abuse. I thought love was toxicity. I thought love was violence. I thought love was anger, aggression. That's what I felt. So I attracted those relationships into my life. And it was only after, as I said, seeing people that loved each other that I was like, maybe I could find that one day. Maybe I could. But what I find with, especially us women, actually men can do this as well, any gender can do it. But when we're so used to toxic relationships, when we're so used to abuse, when we've grown up only watching aggression, anger, alcoholism, or any kind of substance abuse, or lack of affection, just lack of love, really, we take on those relationships ourselves, and then that becomes normal. So when a good person, an alien, comes into your life, and a sign of healthy love comes into your life, you get freaked out. You get the ick. You're like, oh my God, what the fuck's going on here? He's weird. Why is he being nice to me? Oh my God, this is fucked up. And then we end up self-sabotaging. We end up inadvertently sabotaging that relationship because we're like, he's only going to hurt me anyway. He's toxic. He's going to abuse me anyway. This is going to end anyway. So I'm going to be crazy and I'm just going to push him away. Now, this is obviously not conscious. Push him away and then, rip the Band-Aid off quickly. He's going to hurt me anyway. So therefore, just let's get rid of it now. Because this healthy love freaks the fucking shit out of us. Because it's not familiar. It's unknown. It's alien. And that's it. We become so accustomed to familiarity, to the known. We get so used to what we've known no different. Since we were children, we've known no different. all we've seen is toxic relationships. Then we embodied toxic relationships and took on toxic relationships in our 20s or whenever. And that's all we've ever known. So like that's the weird part of this us humans, is that like when we know something for so long, it's hard to escape from it. And this comes to anything. This is a lack mentality as well. We're in this energy of only knowing fear, only knowing pain, only knowing trauma, only knowing abuse, aggression, and just complete toxicity. And even though we know that's not what we want, or do we? Because we don't even know, we don't know what love is, because if this is all we've ever known. So when a good person or healthy love does enter our lives, it's kind of like, just what the fuck is this like? And it really, it frightens us. And it makes us, and I've seen this so many times with women, self-sabotaging their relationships. Or when a good guy comes in, oh, he's too nice. He's too nice. You're craving a nice guy for years, and then he comes in and you're like, oh, he's too nice, because he's not a bad boy. Women don't want bad boys. Not really. We want a balance, obviously, but it's not like that we actually crave a bad boy. It's because we've only known bad boys. We've only known abuse. We've only known toxicity. We've only known how to be treated like shit. So then a good guy comes in and you're like, Jesus, he's weird, isn't he? Oh, he's too nice. No, he's too nice. I need a bad boy. But that's because you've only ever known bad boy, and because it freaks you out, because it's unknown, it's unfamiliar. Do you know, and deep down in your heart, all you really do want is a good guy, and a guy who's going to treat you right. But because it's so unfamiliar to you, you're like, oh, I can't do that. And we don't let it in, and we run, and we sabotage, and we run back to the toxicity, because we think that if a person is trying to control us, and if a person is verbally abusing us, then they love us. It's fucked up. That's what we think. That's what we've always, like, if somebody isn't controlling, there's something wrong with them. If somebody isn't abusing you, there's something wrong with them, because you just don't know what that's like. Because you've only ever known the past and what you've witnessed as a child and what you witnessed in your past relationships. And this is really sad, because, we deserve healthy love. We deserve that alien love. We deserve to be treated right. We don't deserve abuse. Abuse it's not normal. It's so heartbreaking to think that we've grown up in such a way that toxic relationships are the norm, that abuse is love, aggression is love. To actually spend most of your life feeling this way, feeling that model of relationships is right, is normal, and this is why I've been single for so long, is because I do not want another bad boy. I don't want another guy who's going to treat me like shit. You know what I mean? And I'd rather be happy on my own than attract in another toxic relationship. And I know I've healed enough that I'm not going to attract in a toxic relationship. But I still know that there's so many people out there that will tell you one thing and then do the other. Unfortunately, it's all too common to have men like that still in this world. And women as well. Like, it can go vice versa. I'm speaking to any gender here. But we're so used to that old model, and I can smell it now, like a fart in a fucking lift. I can see the toxicity in my life. But there's still too much of it. And I have this fear as well, if somebody nice did come into my life, would I actually sabotage it, because I didn't know, I don't know any different from toxicity. But no, I've healed enough now to know that I do deserve the better kind of love. But until you heal yourself, until you actually face the fact that you have this concept of love, this concept that relationships are toxic, this concept that you only deserve abuse, this concept that control and aggression is what you deserve, or it's not even, it is unconsciously thinking you're unworthy enough to only deserve that. But it's because of what you've seen your whole life. It's because of what you've known your whole life. You know, and look back on your childhood, like, what was your model of love growing up? Because this would be so similar to the relationships that you had. They'll be toxic, aggressive, you know, a lot of alcohol, a lot of anger, you know, and violence as well in some cases. But constant verbal abuse. And that's what we get so used to. But healing your inner wounds, healing your inner child, and healing that part of yourself, to understand that love is supposed to be healthy. Love isn't toxic. You know, and healing that, like, our inner child makes us feel so unworthy because of the model of love that we've experienced up until now, that it starts there. You know, you'll be able to accept in healthy love if you accept your own love. And that's where it starts, like, healing your inner child and loving yourself will give you an understanding of what unconditional love is actually like. Do you know, there's beauty there. When you actually self-parent your inner child, when you love your inner child, you will be able then to love yourself. And this will give you the idea or the truth of what love can look like, and the love that you can embody yourself, but the love that you can attract into your life, and the love that you deserve. You know, we don't deserve that toxicity. We don't. You don't deserve abuse. You don't deserve to be treated like shit. You deserve to be treated well, and you deserve to be loved fully by yourself and by somebody good. A nice guy, an alien. You know what I mean? You deserve high vibrational, authentic, unconditional love. You don't deserve that toxicity, that abuse. You deserve that fairy tale. You really do. And we stopped believing in that fairy tale because we've only ever seen toxicity. But the fairy tale is real, and it can be had if you start with healing yourself. Start with nurturing yourself. Start with loving yourself. And when you unconditionally love yourself, you don't seek outside yourself for that validation, and therefore you won't be seeking outside in desperation. Because when we're lacking self-love, when we're lacking self-worth, we seek outside ourselves for that validation. So therefore it's like this desperation. This is why we attract narcissists. This is why we attract toxic relationships, because of the model we've known, but also because we're crying out to be loved, and this trusting nature will lead us to attract the toxic relationship. But when you start within, when you start to heal your heart, heal your inner child, you won't be seeking outside yourself for that love and validation, and it will come to you naturally, because you're going to be glowing with this magical love within yourself, that a high vibration love will just come to you like a magnet. You won't even have to look for it. And then the secret there is as well, because you're so healed within yourself, you won't sabotage the healthy relationship that will come to you. Because if you don't heal and the healthy relationship does come, you are going to sabotage it, because it's not going to look like your toxic relationships from the past. And it's like literally going to be like, oh, he's not bad, so like I'm not going to go with that because I don't know what that's like. Do you know? He's too nice. Do you know what I mean? We don't want that to happen. We want to be able to welcome in this love and embody it ourselves. So it all starts with you. It all starts with your inner healing, and it all starts with your inner child. We need to break out of that cycle of familiarity and jump into the unknown, because the unknown is magical and the unknown is healthy. The unknown isn't toxic. You know, and we're so afraid of the unknown because it's unfamiliar. But it's healthy, it's happy, and it's abundant, and it's beautiful. Do you know what I mean? No more of this familiar toxicity. We do not deserve that, girls. We deserve better. And boys, all of you, everybody. We all deserve high vibrational love. We all deserve it. You know, we really do. We need to break out of that familiar toxic cycle, those toxic patterns, and understand that we deserve high vibrational love, and that it's right there at our fingertips once we heal our heart, once we heal our inner child, and once we love ourselves. Because we all deserve that magic. We all deserve that fairy tale, and we all deserve that happy ever after. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. And if it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.